Actually, real quick before you hit that live.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Ecom and Beyond.
What up?
Today, I have my buddy Anthony Picksburgh in the hizzle.
Faux shizzle.
We appreciate everyone coming in today. Today's topic, we're going to talk about your sales strategy for after the fourth quarter. So before we get into that, I want to pass it off to Anthony to do the good mornings and to do day one of our new brownie point system.
Day one. It's the first of the month. Grab your checks and be done. I know you know some of that song, Nate.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's the first of the month. It's actually like the 10th, the 9th or 10th of the month?
Yeah, today's the 9th.
It's the 9th of the month. Let me guess, is it Steven Scroggins again? Pulling up my chat right now. Yep, Steven Scroggins. Good morning, all. Let's make it a good one. Yeah. Then we got Bluegrass Picker. We got Anthony in the house. We're also going to start giving away points like during the show too, for like interaction and all kinds of different stuff. So Steven got a point right now. Nate, can you be in charge of that? Because I'm very unorganized.
You got it, bud. Let me make a spreadsheet.
Then we got, by the way, Anthony Bluegrass Picker is coming on tomorrow.
Woo-woo.
And I'm really looking forward to having him on, and make sure you tune in for that. That'll be on my channel at 10 a.m. We got Greg in the house, No Money G. Shane, what is going on, my man? Thanks for being here. BK Vending and Flipping, what is up, Matt? I want to have you on again, Matt, too, because I really enjoy talking with you. Crocker's Lockers, what's going on? So glad that you're here with us this morning. You'd be a great interview, too. I'd love to have you on sometime as well. DC Sales, the master of the license plate, is here. Just coming up with some new designs. Looking forward to seeing those. Hip Flipping Mama, what's going on, Kelly? You're one of our favorite peeps. Speaking of favorite peeps, we have Jenny and Jeff in the house. What's going on, Reselling Addicts?
Jenny.
Guys, go subscribe to the Reselling Addicts. They are one of my very favorite newer channels. So definitely go and subscribe to them. They put out awesome content. Hashtag more Jeff. Justin Jacobs is in the house. My man, hooking me up with some video games. I appreciate you, bud. Eric Bischoff, what is going on, man? You're like the freaking Jedi master of Amazon. Me and Nate need to pick your brain.
Just a little bit.
Yep. Reseller man, what's going on? Glad you're here with us. Kelly, the Ecom Mom Ward. How about them Texans, Kelly? Are they going to do good this week? Who else we got? Jennifer Hayes, what is going on? One of the friendliest people in chat. We have Siosa Sales. What is going on? She's getting pulled for a meeting. You better tell them, hey, I got Ecom and Beyond this morning. You should sit back and watch this. You need to tell your boss you're going to learn today. No, just kidding. Don't get fired over this.
Tell them we need to learn some fourth quarter or after fourth quarter strategies.
Yep.
For their business.
Yeah, for sure. Let's grow their business too. Land Shark Pickers in the house. What is going on, Craig? Craig's been doing a lot of those premieres lately.
Yeah, I like the premieres, man. I like them a lot.
Yeah, I do too. Michelle Lathan is in the house. What's up, Michelle? Bargain Effect. What's up, Tommy? Tommy's like one of my favorite people too. Show Tommy some love, guys. Tommy needs some love. Storage Scavenger, what is going on? So glad you're with us today. Cherry Picker, what is going on, Veronica? Good to see you. Misha Renee, what's up, Misha? Misha's awesome as well. And I think that's everybody. If I missed you, you can feel free to yell at me in the chat, and I'll say hi. Or if anybody else popped in, say hi so we know you're here, and we can thank you for being with us. Rump Stop, what's up, Jamie? Good to see you. Glad you're here. Greetings, Uncle Man Jay. A little bit of I love you, man language, dialect. Jenny got that movie in my head from their live last night. Whenever all she said was Peter Clavin, and I was like, man, I know exactly who that is, Jobin. I used to literally I still call my dog Magooch from that movie because that was just like one of the words he said. He was like,
really?
"Got it, Magooch."
I never watched that movie. I might have to go
Dude,
check
you
it
need
out.
to watch it, dude. It's epic.
I'm behind on my my movies, that's for sure. I usually pretty good.
Dude, it's reasonably
I,
old too.
I quote a lot of movies all the time when we joke around, like through text and stuff. So it's very odd for me not to know a few. So I might have to put some listing on this, on the back burner and do some movies for personal enjoyment and for my meme and
You need to watch it.
GIF.
I might still have that DVD, dude. I'll let you borrow it. Yeah, that Paul Rudd is in it, and with Jason Sudeikis or whatever his name is, dude that played Marshall on How I Met Your Mother, Sudeikis, or I don't know what his name is, but yeah, it was a good movie.
What's up, Storage Scavenger?
Yeah, we're having a great, great morning so far. Nothing like waking up and looking at a big, beautiful beard.
I put some nice good lather of lion tamer in today. So
Morning, Ray. What is
it's
up?
extra? It's the extra lion tamer today.
Yeah,
I got an action packed day today. Got the orientation going on. I'm going source today.
We got orientation at the same time with the same company.
Right. That's pretty awesome, man. I'm excited because they keep sending me all these like new products they add, and I go to click the link like I want to see this, and it's like, I need to log in, so they need to hurry up and let us in there because I just got paid for my job and I'm ready to burn some moolah.
Yeah. I actually need to wait till tomorrow to really be able to drop some cash because we needed some extra money for the house. So I transferred some of the business money for bills.
Yeah.
And Ash gets paid tomorrow, and I'm going to get that money back that we kind of needed last minute. So.
Yeah, I really don't think they expect you to buy for the first second you have the account open. So.
Well, I mean, I could probably drop 100 or 2 today, but I'll really get the spending power back as of tomorrow when her check drops.
It'd be interesting to see what it costs to ship and everything too, because I have no idea what to expect with everything. I know they they wanted information from different carriers we use, so it would be linked up through like USPS. So I might actually have to have a conference call with them too and get some hooked up pricing because. The beer don't like paying full price, so we need some discount.
Dude. How awesome is it that we're talking about conference calls and orientation for our business? Like you don't hear that on eBay too much, or on YouTube too much.
Right.
That just shows like the level we're trying to get to here in 2020.
Yeah, like as soon as the end of the year came, and like I kind of see how my sales for Amazon were, and they were good. Don't get me wrong, especially for how much time I have to put into it, but. If I really want to scale this thing out and really put all my chips, push all my chips forward and go all in on this thing, it's going to have to be some wholesale involved too, because just like I was telling Anthony, like wholesale is just like that base layer of like, it's almost like a paycheck or whatever. So, having that is just like, okay, I'm here every month, basically, and everything else I get is just gravy.
Yeah.
Me and you both love gravy, so.
Gravy is delicious.
Right?
Everybody loves parfait. Parfait is delicious. Little trick for you guys.
We're having a orientation for our wholesale accounts that we have set up through a toy distributor. So we're talking with them. We got set up with them. Now we're having orientation, so they'll give us a quick rundown and give us the ins and outs of the company. We get like I don't know if it's a one-on-one or it might be just like a Skype call with our salesman. I'm not 100% sure exactly what the situation is, but they just told me that I would need my phone and my computer. So I will be in the bearded lair waiting for their call at 4:00 today, and we'll see what happens or whatever. But yeah, I'm going to probably have a video today just showing a little bit of the process of what I got going on. And because it is pretty action packed and it's cool to see just, what I do, and I'm sure a couple people would like to see it as well, especially going from not having a wholesale situation to having one. So
Yeah, it's
kind
gonna be
of,
cool.
doing that, going to the bank, doing some stuff, and yeah, I mean, it's going to
You wear your
be pretty.
GoPro to the bank and just completely freak them out.
I'll just be like, I want all my money. They'll be like, what? No, all my money. Give me now. But yeah, I figured today with with the fourth quarter, technically I consider the fourth quarter till the end of January for the most part. But the physical calendar of the
Wouldn't you
fourth quarter.
consider like January would be first quarter?
Yeah, I mean technically, but I still consider it like sales wise because it's basically has a run over because of gift cards and stuff like that with everything from after Christmas. But technically it's over, but now it's starting to go into really honestly, first quarter. But sales wise, you still feel that little bit of surge still from Christmas. It's
Yeah, I
maybe
mean,
not as strong, but it's still decent.
I've been doing pretty decent on eBay this weekend and today and this week, and I honestly haven't put forth um, the big effort into it as far as getting it built up like I normally do. So I've been pretty lucky in that regard.
Yeah, I had a bunch of little sales yesterday. I had 14 things total, got 13 to one customer. That all went out, thank goodness. No issues with that. And I sold something else that I got off of. I sold two Super Mario water bottles that I got from Think Geek when they had their clearance sale. I think I bought them for like $2 a piece. So I sold two of them for 21 plus shipping, I think it was. So it was huge profit on that. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I figured, with it being said that, for the first quarter is here and, Christmas is over. I wanted to hear and, what things that, we have set up, and I also want to hear what you guys have set up too. Like, what are you guys maybe doing different, purchasing and, uh, you know, um, purchasing or just like your selling strategies, like your sales and things of that nature, moving forward. Like, are you buying different stuff? Are you going more to the bread and butter items for eBay and Amazon? I'm finally seeing some sales, thank goodness, on Amazon. So I guess like the toy craze is a little bit over, and I sold some normal home goods, and I went from like not having nothing to almost a $200 day again. So it felt good getting back in the saddle with a product that I had sitting in there, which I had 100 and some items of it sitting. So I sold 20 of them yesterday, so that was pretty good.
What's up, Philly Picker? Thanks so much for joining us.
So what are some things that you're doing more moving forward? That you do after fourth quarter, Anthony.
Typically after fourth quarter, it's like I really start to crack down and blow through everything I have in my house that's unlisted yet, because literally garage sale season, it gets crazy in my house because I'm buying a lot more than I can list. And the reason I do that is because it being that I know it gets cold here in Pennsylvania and sourcing dries up a bit, I try to be like a squirrel storing up nuts for the winter. So I still have a lot of stuff in my basement that either needs sold locally, listed to eBay. I still have probably half a shipment for Amazon sitting down here that I just forgot to put into my last order just because I have so much crap down here. That's why it's so messy behind me right now, is because I really need to even clean up the space, reorganize, that kind of thing. I'd like to do like a complete inventory for what's going on down here. But I mean, there's so much coming in and going out. It's a little bit hard to do that. But I'm definitely, like Nate said, we're going to get cracking on this wholesale because I want to get Amazon to the point where it's streamlined. I get the inventory sent to my house or sent directly to them. If there's enough of a margin to where I can just have them do the work, I would prefer that. But that's the plan. Like I need to get wholesale set up, And then from there, I'm going to start focusing on, okay, well, can I try liquidation? I'm buying at least one pallet this winter. I've been saying that for like the last 2 months, but it's going to happen whether or not me and Nate pitch up on one or we kind of just do it separately or whatever. But I'm also going to get into some storage lockers. There's just nothing good in my area right now. And I'm kind of just waiting on the one closest to me to put something up for sale again, because I need to go buy a storage locker for myself. So I would rather just get somebody else's and rent that out.
Yeah, like storage lockers is probably the thing I would want to do the most for eBay.
Yeah.
Liquidation can be good. Um, the margins seem to be a little less depending on what you have, or maybe some items that you have to hold. And it goes back to like what we were talking about. I think last week we were talking about, or maybe 2 weeks ago, we were talking about like buying inventory that's basically super discounted.
Yeah.
So like disc decoration stuff like that. Sometimes you'll get a lot of that in some of these. Like say if you go on bulk.com, you'll get a lot of that in your pallets where you look at them but like, man, this isn't even worth nothing because half of it is this stuff or whatever. But that thing, if you can get it, because it's probably going to be like 95% cost of what it used to be, because of just the fact that the stores that just gave up on it and just sent it to these liquidation places, and they got it for super cheap. So they're passing along to you for pennies on a dollar, probably what it costs. So there might be some stuff that you might have to hold a little bit, but it is going to be money in the bank at some point. And those are the chances you have to really kind of capitalize.
Yeah.
But it's a holding game. Like even with some of this clearance stuff that that I bought last year, some of it I didn't send in. Well, to be honest, I sent it in right as soon as I got it, because I started doing Amazon, because some stuff it let me send in right away, and then I seen it sitting and the price like super tanked. And then I had it sent back to me, and then I sent it back in right during Christmas, and it all sold, and the price was like doubled what I was getting, or was hoping to get before. So I kind of, because I'm using the Keepa charts, and because now I have a little bit of that knowledge, and because that did happen last year, I'm able to decide, like, is this going to be a full blown hold item, or is this going to be something that I can send in right now and just hurry up and get my dollar and get out. So um, it's sometimes when you do these things, you take a beating, or you take a little bit of a loss, or maybe a little extra cost is involved, but you learn from it, and you make sure that doesn't happen again. And that's the best way to learn sometimes. You know what I mean? Somebody telling you, like me, where it says, hey, don't do this, you might have an item that might be worth sending right away, and then
Yep.
I say don't. And you always do your research and check it out. And it's good for you to take chances sometimes. It's just take them where you're not going to fall too far down.
Yeah, for sure. I always say it's good to learn from people on YouTube, but you shouldn't take anyone's word you see on YouTube as gospel, just because what works for one person may not work for you. So what I typically do is, I try a little bit of everything, but what works for me, I stick to. I don't ever do anything drastic just because I hear or see it on YouTube.
MIG says, I see Pete the Craigslist Hunter hit his goal of 14,000 for Kevin. Thanks to everyone who donated. Resellers are awesome, and others who donated. Yeah, I mean, that's awesome that everyone got to pitch in and help on that. It was very unfortunate what happened, and because that item did sell on eBay for, I think that was basically that much money, and
Yeah.
the person who won did not pay. So
Yeah.
eBay got to fix that, man. All that and the offers, especially the offers. You know what I mean? Like if someone accepts it, that's the same thing as them hitting buy now. That just automatically pull it. Or if there's someone that has, that does auctions, it almost should be like, if they've never bid on an auction, they almost have like a limit what they can buy. If not, they should put like a deposit till that auction's done or something. There should be something they should be able to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, like like with my business, going back to like what we're talking about with the topic with the strategies, um, now like I'm almost at like 300 listings, which is like horrible for me right now because I was almost at 400. I think it was at the beginning of November. So I'm not able to keep up with with what's selling. And luckily for me, I'm still having some sales rolling and
Mhm.
some decent ones too. So I really gotta you know kick it up a notch, especially probably Saturday is going to be a really really good working hangout day for me, where I'm
Yeah.
actually going to do a lot of work and stuff. So if you guys want to come hang out for one of those, I'll probably definitely have one on Saturday. Probably be like I don't know, maybe like a 8 hour affair. So if you want to come out with me and hang out for like a 8 hour work day or whatever, or just say hi, what's
Yeah.
up? You'll
I'll be there.
probably see me up here. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I haven't really got a chance to like really organize anything. I just kind of hurried up and pulled my orders and haven't really got to mess with anything down here because I've been coming home a little bit late and then I just been passing out down here. So
I think I have the lowest store total. You were talking about how your store is a little bit lower on eBay. I have my lowest store total I've had probably in the last year. I'm in like the 800s right now, but I've been liquidating the crap out of my store. Like all of this stuff that has been sitting for a while, I've just been liquidating it, getting it completely out.
yeah,
Uh, Stuff in my death pile that I picked up that was like not great buys, been liquidating the crap out of those too. And it's not giving me great money, but I'm at least getting my investment back, which is good.
right. Yeah, I mean, at all possible thing, even if it's a bad buy, I hope to at least make my money back. Eric asked, why are people willing to accept such low margins, price tankers? Um, I don't know if those people are people that are getting stuff liquidation and just chancing it and sending it in, and they have like such little cost that they're just making double their money maybe, or if they maybe have $1 in it, they're making $1. I don't know. Sometimes I'll go to scan something and I'll look at what it's selling for, and I'm like, holy schmoly, like how are they making any money? Because the the item costs say like $7 to ship, and it's selling for $8.99.
Yeah.
So it's like, how much money are they making? And the item was like, say, like a $30 or $20 item normally, and it's on clearance for $5. Like they would have to be, losing money or buying it such a low price. I mean, I have no idea. But I mean, the only time that you'll ever see me personally that why like I'll do something like that is if the listing gets just so bogged down. Like say there's like 200 people on the listing out of nowhere. Like if I went like because I watch it, see how many people are on it before I send something in, and I'll watch what the listing's doing. If it's starting to just tick downward a little bit, where I see where the the repricers are fighting for that bottom, then I'll hold and just like I said, like with like what happened last year, I would just keep that in here and then send it back out for like November or whatever. But I sent a couple things in when I first started, and there were like $14-15 items where I was making maybe $5-6 profit on $2. So it was like a really good ROI. And then by the time it got in, the price is already like to the point where I would lose money.
Hey,
uh,
Dave.
so it's crazy that that they do that type of stuff.
Yeah. In my opinion, there's two types of people that tank the price. There's the people that are like, get the hell off my listing. This belongs to me. I don't care if I lose a couple bucks. I just want you off of it so I can dominate it. That's one type of price tanker. And the other type is just the person who's scared, like, dang, I put all this money into these products. I just want to get my investment back and move on to something else. Those are the two types of people I've seen. I've been the second type of person before, like full transparency. Like if I have an item that's I got money tied up into that's really just not, producing, I'll just try to get my investment back. You know what I mean? Obviously I'll try to make some money on top, but I'm okay just, getting my investment back. And I did see there was a question in the chat about there was actually two. D asked if we talked yesterday about the Australia fundraiser that Brad and Jazz are doing, two Aussie thrifters. Yeah, we did bring that up yesterday. I'm going to actually be a part of that that fundraiser show where it's going to be an auction where people can auction off items. All proceeds go to help people in Australia. And then there's also going to be a donation portion too, where if you want to give financially towards the relief efforts, you can do that as well. So that's definitely something that is going to be really awesome. I don't know if you guys have seen in the news, like pretty much the whole country is on fire. It's insane.
Yeah, I heard about it. It's pretty devastating.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be a part of that, and it's going to be good stuff. So everybody tune in. It's going to be, I think, 4:30 Eastern on Saturday.
Yeah, I'll definitely be a part of it too in some way or fashion. I don't know if I'm gonna donate or I'm gonna do an auction. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely gonna do something.
Sure.
I think we have
Yep.
Veronica. She asked, how do you guys get rid of stale inventory? Do you have a process? What would you consider stale inventory?
Yeah, that was the next one I was going to go to. Okay, so what I consider stale inventory is something that I've had over 6 months that has had zero activity on it. I would consider that stale. I consider it very stale if it's been a year or more. What I typically do is I'll identify those items that just are not doing well, and I'll do one of two things. I'll either lot them up, I'll sell them at auction, or I will, some items I've just donated because they're just not worth selling, and I don't want anybody to get, something that's basically they're going to get stuck with. So some items I'll donate. Other items I will, just make wholesale lots, sell them locally, because there's a lot of people on Facebook Marketplace that are looking to go and buy, bulk items, to either resell them online or resell them in flea markets or whatever like that. So I'll do bulk lots and just basically say, hey, look, I got all this inventory. You can use it at a flea market, eBay, or whatever platform you sell on. And I've sold stuff off like that too. So,
I seen Tommy say something about I might have to. I think I don't have it require immediate payment on my listing, so I will have to double check that. For me, see with eBay, I'm a little more. I would give it a little more time for me personally because I just don't have a lot of items, a lot of listings. If I had like something where Anthony does, where he has like, a lot more than what I'd have, especially in listings, then, I definitely would do what he does like every 6 months. But for me, I'd probably wait maybe a full cycle year. Unless it's something that where I'm like, oh man, I have this listed and it's like, holy moly, like what did I do here? Then at that point, I'd either just kind of, just either get it so I can make my money back or donate to like Goodwill or something like that, or even like give it to my kids or my wife because they always like playing with my stuff. So that's a way for me to save a couple bucks too. Might be something that they need or whatever.
I see a couple people saying that a year is stale for them. And again, it all depends on your strategy, right? Because there are some things that I'll just hold on to and I won't mess with the price at all because I know that I'll eventually get what I'm asking for. And I don't consider that to be a problem, but it all goes back to your selling strategy. Are you the slow dime seller? Or are you the quick nickel? For me, my goal with my business is to turn and burn. That's what I want to do. I want to keep building my capital as quick as possible. So I'm a turn and burn seller.
Right.
Watch your fall, buddy.
That's what makes like Amazon so attracting to me is like, I can go out and spend $800 and then have that $800 basically for most part, that plus most of my profit or most of my items would have sold by them.
Yeah.
And 3 weeks or 4 weeks later, I'm here comes my money, because you basically get paid if you sell something. Say today, I get paid basically in either in 2 weeks or 4 weeks, depending on when it sells, and after shipping and all that type of stuff. So I'm able to basically kind of get like my money back like every like 4 weeks for the most part, unless it's just a bad buy or people are really tanking the price. Because I still hold pretty firm at 100% ROI at the minimum. Let's see.
Yeah, I would definitely say I probably have at least 20 to 25% of my inventory that I would consider like slow dime, where I'll just sit on it for years waiting for it to sell out. But for the most part, I just want to get my investment plus, a decent profit back. So I'll take a quick nickel all day, because those quick nickels add up.
From Stun Breezer says I do a mix. My store is probably 60-40 slow dime, or slow dime, a quick nickel. And that's a good formula too, because you don't. The perfect store would be something as soon as you list it, basically it sells. But I mean, a lot of the stuff that we find, yard selling and things like that, we're paying close to nothing for. On that type of stuff where I'm paying like $1, $5 for a lot of this different stuff. I don't have a lot of money tied into it. So if I want to make that extra money, say 5 and the 20 or 25 or 30 or whatever the case is, $1 to 15, I'll sit on it for a year, because I know even though I have so much, it's going to take so much time, at least I'm going to get that money that I expected for it or hope to get for it. So it's going to be a huge flip, because the ROI that and on that type of number isn't too bad. I mean, that's what makes clothing for me so attractive and bull. Sometimes I can get 40, 50 pieces of clothing in one tote, depending on the size of it and stuff like that. And, I'm able to just throw it on there and just kind of let it, list it and forget it. Like a few people were saying in chat, like Jameson's Closet, that's basically like what I do for the most part. But I run sales. You know what I mean? The sales is the thing that definitely gets people to buy off your store. As soon as they see that sale ending or starting, it gives you a bump in the searches and things like that. But yeah, like with buying items, like with this wholesale thing that we're doing now, it's definitely going to tie up some money. Which honestly, right now, I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to put all my money in the wholesale side of things, but my first order could be at least $1,000 right off the bat, and really push for that. And honestly, if I probably wait till Sunday, I might even do it more, because I have my Amazon deposit coming in too. So it's all about cash flow, guys. You got to have cash flow to especially if you want to do wholesale and to still do what you love too. If you're making good money at going to thrift stores and things like that, and you're doing wholesale, maybe you want to put in half your capital, or if you depending on how much you got. But like for me, it'd be like half my capital I'm going to throw into this wholesale thing, mainly because of price. Because if you're only buying like a couple $100 worth of stuff, I'm sure they're not going to give you that great of margins you're going to be able to make on those items, because you're not buying large shipment, because you've got shipping involved and everything else. And it's going to be our first purchase with this company too, so it'll be interesting to see, if I say, hey, okay, I'm ready to spend $1,500, they might take me a little more serious, versus someone who says, okay, I just want 10 Barbie dolls just to get ungated in Amazon or whatever. So it'd be very interesting to see what these prices that they give us and which way that we go, because I mean, at the very least, I want to get ungated for some categories. So if I got to lose $1 on an item or whatever, just to after fees and everything else, it'll be well worth it whenever these things are on clearance, just like right now. So
Max said we already got 10 listings just listening to us. It's awesome.
We're the motivation to keep you going.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's what I got to do. I got to get listing. That's definitely what I'm gonna do Saturday, guys. So I hope a lot of us they're in the chat now, come and hang out with us Saturday. I'll definitely put up a StreamYard, probably up either tonight or tomorrow, worst case scenario. this way you guys can try to schedule and hang with us.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I need to get back on the listing train as well.
There's a couple distributors we're dealing with. Eric E is one of them, but it depends on pricing for me. I'm not going to just jump in the water with anybody right off the bat and expect them to be the only guy or the only fish out there. So there's a lot of different distributors out there. It's harder to find them sometimes, but you gotta put the effort out there and to find them out there. So Reseller King says I work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, so I won't be there. No worries, man.
What's up, Snobby? Good to see you, my man.
Nice to see you, Snobby.
So what strategies do you guys have as far as, you're pertaining to your business, trying to grow from Q4? It's a nice thing about Q4 is because you normally get an influx of cash more than you normally have. So beginning of the year, you can kind of be set up a little bit better than you normally would be.
Right. So, like with my Amazon this last year or whatever, like as soon as Christmas came around, most of my stuff was just totally gone, which I never want that to be the case, but if it had to be, I did it kind of perfectly for the most part because I didn't have to have much of the ways of the last of the storage fees, which they're the super high amounts for this month. So mine was very minimal, and this last shipment I sent in, kind of got me boosted up, and then with all that extra money that I had because everything sold, out of there, now I can do these opportunities that we're talking about today and be able to take advantage of some clearance stuff and also the the wholesale opportunities we're going to look forward to.
Yeah. Shani says that my strategy lately is to accept all offers basically. I accept a good portion of offers unless it's like a super bad lowball offer. If it's something that I consider fair, then I will accept it 9 times out of 10, unless it's an item that I know is going to sell fast for what I'm asking. Like for example, I list when I list test strips, I list them higher than what the going rate is. And I have all these offers come through and I just ignore them because I know I'm going to get my asking price probably within 10 or 15 minutes. At first, I would just list them for the going rate and they would sell literally within 5 seconds. But yeah, stuff like that I know is going to sell fast for, at or above market value, I will, I don't accept any offers on that, but pretty much anything else, I'm open to offers. That's why I put it there. It's, I get a lot of people that'll offer $1 under my asking price, and I'll take those all day, every day.
Yeah, I basically do the same thing that Anthony basically said. I go higher, than what I would accept for it, because when I buy something, I have a certain dollar amount, that I expect or I hope for. So I always go a little bit higher, probably about at least 25-30% higher than what I actually want because I run those type of sales. Now that Christmas is over, the highest I'll probably run is 20. Most of the time, probably like 10 or 15. So, if they do make those offers where it's like, okay, well, I want half my shipping to be covered when they're mine, I'm like, okay, that's fine because I kind of already incorporated shipping in this price, even though I'm charging shipping on top. So, it's all about, the activity, it's listing activity, it's offer activity, it's just activity in general. Like people will purchase things from me, and I swear that, this is just the way it feels like to me, and I'm sure this will be different with everybody, but I swear as soon as I get an order and I pack it right away, I get another offer, another set.
Yep. Looks like Nate froze on us, guys. But yeah,
Stuff like that.
You froze there for a minute, bud. So I don't know how much of what you just said was heard.
You
might have froze again. Move your head. I think he froze again. But yeah, I do the same thing as most of you guys are saying. 1% across the board as far as promoting your listings. It does definitely help. I've tried not promoting. I've tried promoting at trending. I've tried, a bunch of different things, and 1% has been pretty much the same as promoting it higher, and to me at least. I don't know about you guys as far as the percentage, but I know a lot of people just stick to that 1% promotion. I do that on almost everything outside of like the test strips and like stuff that sells like within the first day of selling, just so I get the extra money. But pretty much everything I list is at 1% for the most part. I found that helps. What's up, Jonathan? I'm glad that you're able to join us.
Yeah, like I've tried even messing with the promoted listings where I did a higher promoted and a little less was sell, and I actually did worse than when I had it the other way. So like the promotion didn't even, like, I went from 1% or 1.1% or whatever to 5%, and then instead of running say a 20% sale, I ran a 15% sale to kind of counteract that promotion paying off even more. So I saw worse numbers that way. So I don't know if it's because of the sell wasn't that high. If I did a 20 and, maybe I should have like a 25 and then a 1% promoted versus maybe a 20 and a 5%, maybe that would have made a difference. But I did a 20 and a 15, vice versa. And my sales was worse with the 5% promoted, which I thought maybe it would be better because it'd be pushing my stuff more often than none, because a lot of us do 1% promoted rates for the most part.
Huh. So Max says he doesn't do any promotions on one store and it outsells all the other stores. That's interesting.
What type of items are you selling on that one store though? Are you doing like where basically you're the only person on those listings, or because on some stuff like for example my NECA stuff, like turtle stuff, like that stuff is like super high demand. There's not a whole lot of people on it. I mean, there is, but it's selling really high, sell through.
Yeah.
So I didn't do promoted on those for that, near fact. And I sold 3 of them like right off the bat, like boom, boom, boom in one day. I still have 3 of them left, which 3 of the ones sold. So I probably should ask a little more money on those. But, like, so that, on stuff like that, I won't promote either. But for the most part, on everything else, I'll definitely do.
Yeah, he's doing a media store on the other one. Yeah, I've done really well with media on eBay. Problem is a lot of it doesn't sell for, well, I mean, it depends on what you get, obviously, but a lot of stuff is just basically run of the mill. Doesn't sell for a whole lot.
Yeah, unless it's like
lots and stuff like that, then you can do really well. I know that One Third at a Time asked, do we do markdown sales on our stores? Yeah, I typically always have some kind of promotion running. Right now, I have my store at 30% off everything. That was just like supposed to be a Q4 thing to help me like keep momentum while I was on vacation, while the holidays were going. And honestly, I just kept it running a little bit longer just because I wanted to keep the momentum going on eBay while I was getting back into the groove of building my store back up numerically. So it'll probably drop, I'd say, within the next week to like a 10 or 15% off sale.
Yeah, I typically try to push the weekends a little harder on the sale for a shorter period of time, and then do during the week, I'll do say 15, 10%, and the weekends are 15 or 20. It's because I feel like a lot of people do more of their shopping during the weekend. So I'm hoping to get a nice, and it gives me more time to pack it too or find it. So I tend to do it that way, to kind of boost it and get that push, because I'm sure a lot of people do that as well.
Yeah. Matt says the most he ever does is 15%, and that's good if you can still drive sales at 15% off.
Yeah.
What I've been doing lately is I've been listing towards the higher end of the comps, just so when I do run these sales, I'm not like getting my brains bashed in as far as the discount people are getting. When I first started, I would always undercut the lowest comp, and doing that and running a sale like completely kills all your profit. So now I price towards the higher end of those comps, and running the sale, people still get a good discount, and that reflects what it would have been if I wouldn't be running the sale. But at the same time, I'm still getting what I need, at least what I need out of the product.
And at the flip, it says, I think eBay got so much pushback about removing the organic listings that they greatly slowed the removal of the second listing or reverse course completely. They don't do a second listing anymore. Like if they do a promoted listing, either is all the way at the top, or sometimes they'll put it all the way at the bottom, and then there is no more second listings anymore, as far as that I understood.
Yeah,
pretty sure that's how it works now, which a lot of people were upset about, because there was that issue with like the ad blockers and stuff, where the promoters weren't getting seen at all by some small percent of people, and or your promoters all the way at the bottom of the list.
Yeah, I see that Kelly the Mom Ward, she's been, instead of promoting through eBay, promoting her items through Pinterest, which that's an interesting concept that I've never even thought of, is promoting your stuff through some kind of social media platform, which I would consider Pinterest social media, wouldn't you, Nate?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it definitely has a presence, and a lot of people do look at that for different things. I know my wife's on there every once in a while looking for different stuff. So,
there too.
Yeah, I mean, if you, especially if you have something that's like a multi-quantity, listing, that you say you have 20 of something, and you want to give it that extra push, that's your opportunity to help yourself, in other words.
Matt's asking, do you ever delete and sell similar on items you've had for a long time with no activity? Yes and no. Every once in a while, I do a lot of tweaking when I'm not able to be down here listing. But for the most part, I just kind of let it sit there until it either sells or I liquidate it. It really just depends, because the activity that I would prefer to be doing is putting new listings up. That way I have double the chance of something selling, rather than just, okay, well, this is new, it's going to get more eyes again. Uses the inventory section on eBay. Inventory section. Let me pull my eBay.
Jamie Rumstump Reseller asked if anybody knows when the USPS rate change is coming. I think it's at the end of January, I believe. I think I've read somewhere. I know FedEx is going to be cheaper than last year, so if you're doing any heavier, bigger shipments, you might want to check out them. I might even start comping them with Amazon's shipping.
January 26th and 27th. Thank you, Dana. I appreciate that. Tommy does a D-list sell similar every 30 to 60 days. Yeah, I mean, that I probably should add a little bit more under that. Yeah, I just checked, Jenny, and apparently I don't use that either. So that's another thing I need to do this year. And I'm glad Tommy's coming to stay at my house, because he'll probably help me get a little bit more organized, because I know he's like uber organized with his stuff. I'm not organized with my inventory or any of that stuff. Like, I just basically go off of where similar things are at. Outside of plush, I've got plush completely down, just because I have so much of it, and it was like a nightmare every time one sold. I'd be ripping my hair out. So that is all organized. Now I need to get, like, because I have so many like small toys and stuff like that, like remote controls, like all in. Like, they're all in similar areas, so it's easy for me to find, but I think it needs to be a little more streamlined, just across the board.
I haven't. I have never done any of the delete sell similar thing. I have never done that on my store. And I'm not even, for the most part, because I do a lot on Amazon and, I don't have a lot of time. Sometimes I don't even list that much. I might list like one day a week. So, I mean, that might have some reason why I don't do a lot, but I think I do okay on eBay for the most part for having
Yeah.
300 listings. I think I do about 1,000 or so a month. So that's, I mean, for the effort and what I put into it, it's not that bad. But it's funny how certain things, work um, differently for some people and some things don't. I don't know if it's a legit thing. Like someone said, I think it was yesterday's show, the day before, that they basically like did their whole store like that again, and they've been selling like crazy. So maybe it is something that I need to check out and give a second look and do, because I do have a few things that have been sitting, and then I ultimately want my money in to make some profit as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and just like Tommy's saying, you should have daily consistent activity on eBay, even if that's just revising a few listings. And I do try to do that at a very minimum. You know what I mean? Like if I can't be down here, then I will end like a crappy listing and restart it just so I have some activity. But for the most part, if I can't be down here, that's like where I try to get at least a few things over to Macari as well, which I need to really pick up on that because I have a lot of stuff that's sold on eBay or through auctions and stuff that I've been ripping off of Macari lately. And I haven't put too much new stuff over there as of late just because I've been so focused on trying to get Amazon filled back up again, you know what I mean? And keep eBay afloat. That's why I really am looking forward to this wholesale because I'm hoping to streamline Amazon so it's more of like a thing where I just kind of manage rather than it manages me and takes over eBay for the most part.
Yeah, like I'm gonna definitely use that to my advantage to kind of get everything ramped up a little bit at the same time. And like you said, I'm gonna have to go out and source, so that allows me to stay home and I do have a premier store, so I have a lot of listings that I have either I use them or I lose them, so it's not like they kind of pile up and I have them for later. So if I'm gonna be spending $50 a month in fees just to have that store, I better be getting my full use out of it, because now I'm right under, I'm like right over 300 listings. I think I have 309 listings right now.
Yeah,
So I think what is the basic store, like 260 or something like that. So I mean
250.
I'm almost surfing down to back where I was. So
Yeah,
I need to get my butt in gear and use the space and really start going to town, which is what I'm definitely going to do here shortly.
Tommy says he drives a lot of traffic from Instagram, and I think that's great. You know, if you can use these social threads out there to kind of tie people back to your store and your business, I think that's incredible. And for example, like a lot of us do that with YouTube as well. Like we basically, our videos become a commercial for the products that we have. And if there's people
Right.
out there that are looking for those products or people that are just looking to support you as a reseller and content creator, you may end up getting sales just by doing YouTube and by essentially promoting what you're doing.
TC Sales says the great thing about Pinterest is that you can post a link to the listing and anyone can pin it, so it spreads. I mean, yeah,
Right.
that's just another form of basically like advertising that you can do for yourself and your store.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, a lot of good stuff in the chat. There's definitely a
Yeah.
couple things that I want to implement and start doing for sure.
Mhm.
I definitely want eBay to do better. I want it to be more piece of the pie
Yeah.
for my pizza this year. You know.
That's been the hard thing for me is like I've taken focus off of eBay in Q4 just because I was trying to get Amazon up and running. You know what I mean? So the biggest thing is just if that's streamlined, I can put so much more focus back into eBay and get it where it was because, the right before Q4 hit, like right around September, October, I was cranking, man. Like I had all that good inventory I sourced down in New England, and I was just blowing through it like quickly.
Yeah.
So I need to get back to that point.
Yeah, No Money G says eBay is a consistent activity in some way to help items from falling to the bottom of search. Reselling is a constant hustle. It never stops. That's right.
Yep.
I mean, that's why I have all my listings with best offer, because even if it's a bad one, I'll sit there and counter 5 times, send messages, I don't care. You know what I mean? If I'm on break, I check my phone, I send out offers, and I'm doing as much as I can to generate that traffic in some form, some way. Even if I don't have the same amount of listings as the next guy, I'm still trying to pump up as much activity as possible.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Rumsfeld Reseller says hashtags are important too. I saw from Twitter, and the person said they found me from my hashtags. Yeah, I mean, if you can really master social media and like really get a grip of it and use it to your advantage, even just sharing it on Twitter and all these different platforms, I mean, someone is gonna see it or might need it, and possibly even buy it. You know what I mean? And the more followers you get, the more people, eyes will see it, or someone sees it and they go, hey, that's a pretty good deal. Then they share it, and then next it's just going to fall right in line with your customer. And that's how you can pump things up for yourself. I mean, a lot of posh people, I mean, they share their closets. Oh man, I would hate to see what I would have to do if I did posh, but they're sharing their closets multiple times a day, each item. I mean, that's a lot of work. I mean, but you can do the same thing if you want on eBay and even Amazon if you wanted to to push your product if you wanted to.
Yeah, definitely. I see that. I think Kelly said it. She uses Linktree on Instagram to get all the links of all platforms. I do the same thing. I actually, even on my business card, I should have some here, but even on my business card, rather than linking my eBay store or any personal stuff like that, I've literally just got my Linktree now. Well, you can see that.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that way people can get to everything, social medias, my YouTube channels, anything, you know what I mean? All of my different platforms. I got Macari there, eBay, Poshmark, all that stuff linked directly to my link tree. So even down below in my descriptions, I always just put my link tree. That way somebody clicks on that, they can get to everything I do, and it just makes things easier.
BK Vending and Flipping says, guys, no joke, this is the most informative chat I've ever seen.
Thanks,
and thank you, and thank you guys. You guys are definitely putting out some good ideas, and like we said from the beginning, this isn't just our show. This is us as a whole.
Yeah.
And we appreciate everyone that comes in and tells us a little bit of nugget here and there of some info, and you're helping not only us and you're helping each other, and that's awesome.
Yeah, and I think that the main reason that the chat is so great and informative, just like Nate said, is it's you guys, really. You know what I mean? We get out here and we just start talking about stuff, and then you guys provide so much of this show. That's what I love about it, is just like you said, it's a community effort, not just us. As far as Linktree goes, I got to give Tommy a shout out on that, because Tommy is the one who really got me hooked up with Linktree and using it and stuff. Bargain effect there in the chat. If you guys aren't subscribed to him, that dude is a wealth of knowledge. And the cool thing is he and I are very similar as far as like how we run our businesses and stuff. So I've been able to like glean so much from him, and I know that you guys will too.
We even got D. We're keeping her from working because she says this is such a good one here. So
sorry, D. I know them license plates need stamped.
Right.
However you do it.
PK Vending says, we're getting nothing done at all. at least we're giving you guys some good tidbits and stuff to use. I have a couple I'm going to use to help me as well. I might have to start doing the delete and sell similar to kind of give myself a little bump, because I'll try anything to give me an advantage. You know what I mean? So I have no problem doing that. Bad Dog says, does Linktree have a fee?
No, it's completely free. I'm going to pull up my Linktree and I'll share the screen so I can get it up.
If it's free, it's for me, guys. I like free 99.
Okay, share screen.
Reseller Man wants to know, how does Linktree work?
You got me up there?
Oh, I didn't see it. My bad. There you go.
Okay. So this is my screen here. I'm logged into my Linktree, which if you want to look up Linktree, you just go linktr.ee. That's how they do their website right here. Then basically whatever your username would be / boom, like I'm / Picksburgh. So if you're looking at me on your mobile phone, this is exactly what you're going to find: my Instagram, my email, my Posh Closet, my Macari store, my eBay store, it says Selling Your Ministries. I got to change the name. That's now Flippin' Hope YouTube, Picksburgh YouTube. I haven't edited this in a little while, so I got to add my wife's YouTube channel and stuff as well. But I try to keep everything together. There's probably some other stuff I need to now add. Like I have an Etsy store that I opened. I'll have to add that in here. And essentially it just takes all your links. It brings people to a common thread where they can just click on whatever they want to connect with you and go to it. You can have your Facebook on there. I don't have a Facebook, and I don't really want to direct many people to my wife's Facebook page, just because she gets overwhelmed with messages that are for me already. So I try not to completely blow her up with that stuff. Most people I talk to, I try to do on Instagram, because that's something that I actually use myself. I pretty much will only use Facebook, just to send links for shows and, interact in the Facebook group. But I'm not really a huge Facebook fan, because it can get you in trouble if you're not careful. So that's essentially what Linktree is. It's super easy to use, super easy to sign up. Essentially, you just add links, put them here, and they show up for people like this whenever they go to your Linktree.
I'm definitely going to have to do that.
Yeah,
why I didn't.
It's great. Like I said, this is what I use even on my business card, because that way people can get a hold of me any way they want. They can go to my various stores, closets, YouTube channels, and everything gets promoted all at once.
It's a one-stop shop.
Exactly. It really is. So
if someone doesn't use, say, Instagram, then they have another way, or they want to check your merch store, they know you have an Etsy, you go there. Or if you want to go to your hard goods and everything else, they go to the other one. So it's pretty cool to have all that, in such a really it's really basic setup, but it does exactly what you would hope it would do. It just has all the stuff, boom, right there, and you're able to select real quick, and there you go. You know what I mean? So
absolutely,
that is bombastic, very fantastic.
Mac's up to 25 listings already. My man, you're killing the game, Mac.
He's on fire.
Yep. Typically, I find on days where I list at least 20 items, I always have a sale before I'm done listing them. So it'll be interesting to see if you get a sale before the end of the show, Mac. If you might have already had one.
Veronica wants to know, do you have to have a certain number of followers to use Linktree?
Nope. You can have 0 and still use Linktree. It's open to everybody. Hey, what's up, D? Flippin' Particles is in the house.
What's up, D?
D has a show at noon Eastern, guys. So typically she pops on right after we pop off. So make sure you guys check her out today.
Mofo show. I always throw her little tracker as a reminder too. So
Tommy has a good analogy here. He basically said Linktree is like a mall directory for your business. And that's a great way of looking at it, because it literally has every avenue people can go to, and it teaches them how to get there. Well, not teaches them, but gives them the means to get there.
Right. If you had to give out one thing to anybody to get a hold of you or whatever, or find any of your business situations, boom, you just give them that link and be like, you can pick however you want it.
Yep. Yeah, it's been very, very handy for me so far. I link it in every single video just because it gives people such an easy path to find me.
Yeah, this has been a really good chat, guys. I'm very thrilled that how things have been going with this,
Yeah,
and a lot of good ideas and stuff.
absolutely.
Georgina's in the house. How you doing?
What up, Georgina? Yeah, that's an awesome thought. So Jamie has a Facebook page for rump stumps, and she was thinking about turning it into a Facebook auction site. Thoughts? I think that's an awesome idea. I'm not entirely sure how the Facebook auctions work. I know some people that do them, but I personally I've never done one. But more power to you if you can. I think that'd be an amazing avenue to go down. Um, as you've probably seen here in this community, auction like YouTube auctions have been blown up. They become very popular. So Facebook's a way where you kind of already have a built-in core of people. So that may be a very good avenue to go down. I would give it a try. You have nothing to lose.
We got our Vandalay in the house. So another thing too with rump stub situation too is like you never know. Like Pittsburgh was saying, it could turn into just like an auction thing like that, and the next you have an auction house. Like
Yeah,
it can blow up. Depending on your area or what there's a lot of different things that add in that scenario. But is if it's going well, you never know. Then you might have a business right there, at the palm of your fingertips, either online or possibly even in your hometown or whatever. So
yeah,
I know I wish I had one over here, which we might have to set one up, Anthony.
dude, I know. We can do it out of your dad's warehouse.
Yeah, that would be the best too. Definitely. It's indoor and it has a pulling garage, there's a dock, like it's ready to go. We need
Absolutely.
this wholesale thing needs to blow up so this way I can just go, here, Dad, here's a couple stacks. Let me buy that.
Yeah, for sure.
That'd be awesome.
I appreciate all the love you guys are giving in the chat too. Yeah, Nate picked a great topic for today.
I get a pat on the back today.
Yep, pat you right on your beard.
How you doing, Alabama Thrifter?
What's going on, my man? Glad you're here.
We got Craig in the house. What's up, Craig?
Craig.
Yeah,
Because
guys,
you ain't got no job and you got listing to do.
that's what I got to do. I'm off today, which feels very weird because I used to walk into a 2-day weekend.
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday I'd be off, and now it's Thursday, Saturday. So it's a little bit of adjustment for me, that's for sure. Because I was always having that 2-day period of going sourcing on Friday, Saturday, pack Amazon and eBay. So it's a different feeling, that's for sure.
Oh, that's awesome. DC Sell says one of my local pallet stores does Facebook Lives where they sell pallets and the first one to comment gets it. That's what's up. I need to connect with like some kind of a place that does pallets. Most of the stuff I look at, through bulks or wholesale or anything like that, I'm checking the manifest and I'm seeing a whole bunch of stuff that would just sit in my store. So I really want to figure out how to do that at a good level as well.
Tommy says he has one of those around his area too. I think there's two places we can get bulk. There's one in West Virginia, which isn't too far for us, and there's one in Ohio, and I can't remember where the one in Ohio is, but I've
heard good things about Ohio though, as far as their wholesale.
Yeah,
They're not wholesale, but liquidation.
I'm telling you, man, we just gotta collab on something and pick something, or just go out there one day because we can basically go down and go look at these pallets like it's like going to the food mart, going to Walmart or whatever, and just like, okay, we'll take this one and a side of this pallet and this case over here too. So
Craig said that Andy the Good Life just did his first big pallet buy, did a local sale this past weekend, everything $5, and he thinks he made about $6K. That's awesome, dude. I need to get some of that crap going. Dude, Jordan says he's killing it with liquidation crap. Isn't the Ohio one near you, Jordan?
Yeah, we need a little. We
If
need a little
so, like,
in
let
the
us,
right direction.
if you could, even private message me or Nate, let us know where it is, because we'll take the drive out there.
We'll keep it on the down low. And Anthony will keep it on the hush.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll save some for you still. Don't worry.
Yeah, I mean, there's more than enough to go around.
I'm sure that place.
We'll trade connections with you. We'll give you some of ours. You give us some of yours.
Yeah, PA for Ohio stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll go back and forth and trade. The show says I'm a jukebox today.
Yeah.
I'm always like this. I'm extra goofy when I'm off, I guess.
Pretty soon you'll be able to super chat him quarters to sing different songs.
Right. I'll do song requests for $1 super chat.
Yeah. That's awesome.
We'll see how many thumbs down I get for my singing performance too.
Touche.
Craig says, keep it on the cush. No cush. No cush in this vape. Yeah, man, like there's just so much stuff in so little time. That's the only thing I play with, man. Like I just need to lose my job in a right manner. I can just blow up, hopefully.
Yeah.
It's basically like every day I go to work, I'm like, I hope they just lay me off. You guys just lay me off. I know we're just expanding and we just sold our business to another company and they have no reason at all to lay anybody off. But hey, I'll be the sacrificial lamb if you need me.
Yeah.
I'll take a nice severance package or whatever.
Yeah, that'll get you rolling full time real quick.
That's what's really sad, man. Like that's why, like sometimes we'll talk, and there's days that I'm just so happy, and then I go to work and it's like, it's just total downer, man.
You know, this wholesale we're getting into though, dude, it could be a game changer for you. It really could. It could be the thing that cranks you up into that full time, depending on what we have access to. You know what I mean, and the ungated process and all that stuff.
Yeah, because like a lot of the stuff that I'm gonna get, I'm definitely gonna have my info for and know if the sell through rate is if it's something that sells 60 a month or whatever, and I know I can make this on it or whatever, or hope to make this much on it, it's just gonna make my cash flow just be like basically like an ATM for the most part. Every 2 weeks, just ching ching, you know what I mean? And then I'm just repurchasing, wholesale. You never know, I might go mostly wholesale after this. Who knows? You know what I mean? Like it depends on the margins. I mean, I love the margins I'm at now of like the 150%, but maybe I go a little more half and half with this and push eBay a little more, like because I'll get so much more done, and then I'll be able to do the thrift stores and stuff more often as well. So
that's the nice thing, because I don't plan on stopping the other stuff. You know what I mean? Because the other stuff's like what I'm passionate about. I just think that this will be a good way to build consistency.
Right.
And that's really what I think Amazon needs more than anything from me is consistency. Because the way things sell there so quick for a lesser margin, it's harder to be consistent unless you're constantly outsourcing with big money and doing all that stuff. So I think this is the best way for me to build consistency, especially when I have to focus on other aspects of the business to get where it needs to be. Because my eBay has really suffered since I started Amazon, and that's been like a challenge for me, is getting eBay back to where it needs to be. And I think this might be a little bit of the best of both worlds for that.
I mean, I know that with, obviously doing anything extra, you're going to lose a little bit of, time or whatever, but has it really been that much less of that you've been doing physically, or is it more eBay?
It's been a little bit of both,
I mean, also, you also came back from vacation too, so
yeah, that kind of killed me a little bit too. Like I lost a ton of momentum going on vacation, and then the fact that I came back right for the holidays, you know what I mean? Because there were several days where I just did shipping and like that was it, so a lot of it just depends on how I feel on a certain day. which, I was pushing myself pretty hard there. So I didn't get a whole lot done. Like over the weekend, I did nothing this weekend, because I was down for the count pretty much. But um, yeah, I just need to get better at multitasking and taking care of everything. The other thing that's difficult is, my channel is back to same day uploads for the most part. I have a couple videos recorded that are on my computer, but I've been having issues with my computer as far as, like, for example, like if I go to put them in iMovie on the computer, it basically crashes my computer at this point. So I'm to the point now where it's like I'm trying to airdrop them to my phone, and for some reason it's not even going to my phone, and it's been a mess. So I'm essentially back to updating, to uploading every day, like live. But I think I have one video on my phone that I filmed at Ross the other night, so I can always upload that if I can't get to any of the other videos. Like I have a ton of footage with Nate. You know what I mean? I probably have like a good hour or two footage from the bins that need edited that I just haven't had a chance to do yet. I have a vlog of it's kind of like a what sold, kind of in the vein of like what Lonnie does every day. I have one of those that needs edited that I just haven't been able to get off my computer yet.
Simply Dan wants to know, how are you feeling? Did you call the doctor yet?
I'm feeling a lot better than I was, but like full transparency, I just haven't called the doctor yet. I've been pushing myself into other things. I've had my nephew over the past 2 days. So literally, like when I wasn't shipping and I wasn't live, I essentially was watching him, and we took him out to the movies yesterday and did some stuff with him. So I just haven't had a chance to call the doctor yet. I'm going to, like, after the show, call him today. So I actually have 2 different doctors that I need to call and like go see like ASAP. So that's the plan, is to call both of them after the show today, because I should have a little bit of downtime for Eastern. Me and Nate both have our orientation with our wholesaler. So until then, I have a little bit of downtime. So I'm going to try to take care of that and get my shipping done and stuff. I was hoping my wife took the cat to the vet, she would take my shipping, but it'd be a little difficult for her to ship it with the cat. So I didn't ask her to do it.
Yeah, well, like one feature that I want to talk about is, especially with Amazon, exactly Amazon, is there's a feature that you can add a alert, like if you get to a certain amount, like left in inventory with them. And I already do this with one of my replenishables, where if I get to a certain amount, because it sells so fast, you could set it so this way when, okay, I need to put an order in now because I have roughly this much left before that an order would have to be in by this time. So you could kind of also figure out that way how to do your wholesale or your replenishables with your items with using that. And I think this would help you too, Anthony. Kelly says, I have a schedule of sorts. I list all of my Amazon stuff on Sunday afternoon, pack it up on Tuesday to be shipped out. Then I'm free to be on sourcing and listing, etc. You almost have to do like a block type of thing. And if I was full time, that's exactly how I would handle it, because like I can easily fall into like one of these situations where, okay, I'm sitting here. Okay, I have YouTube running and I'm gonna take some pictures, and then something pops up, and then that's started but not started, and then okay, maybe the kids want to go out somewhere, so we're gonna go sourcing and take the kids out, and then I start doing that, and then I come back with all types of Amazon stuff, and then I gotta go back to doing eBay, and then at the same time my Amazon stuff's not getting shipped out. So it's almost like you almost have to like do like like set 2 days a week or whatever you want to do to like get your Amazon going, but also keep your eBay healthy as well, because you do have a nice store or whatever with eBay and everything.
Absolutely. I just picked up a good bit of eBay inventory over just the last couple days. I hate clothing, but I picked up a bunch of women's clothing at Ross Dress for Less that my wife found the other day. So gonna hopefully get that stuff listed. Then I got bunch of pretty rare Funko Pops because they're from a theater chain that apparently isn't everywhere. I sent the bolo to a couple people, and pretty much I think the only one that has them even in their like city or state was Nate, and there's like none even like near his part of town.
Yeah.
So, I pretty much went and bought them out. So,
Yeah. Like Dee says here too. She says improved health equals better efficiency.
yep.
And Eric said that you said that 2 days ago you're gonna talk to your doctor. So
I know.
we're gonna have to get Mama after you. Where's Mama at? Where's Hip Flip my Mama at?
But she's already yelled at me for it, so we're good.
I
got it the other day, and I still haven't done it yet.
Yeah, you do need to get that checked out, man. Make sure you're okay.
I'll have Nate make me do it as soon as we go off air. How about that? So I've already got my shipping pretty much done, unless another order comes in.
Because I know, like me personally, I was talking to Jenny the other day. Like I get these little dizzy spells every once in a while. Like, and I was telling her, like, I think it was just part of like, with the holidays, working a different schedule, and then just trying to do so much that I'm basically running myself thin. I'm forgetting to eat and stuff like that.
Oh, I get yelled at for that all the time because I have to take a lot of pills in any given day.
Yeah.
And, like sometimes I just don't eat. Like I'll full transparency. Like, because in the middle of the night, I go to bed late because I'm in pain. I wake up in the middle of the night because I'm in a lot of pain, and sometimes that'll last 3, 4, 5 hours in the middle of the night where I'm just laying there trying to go back to bed, and then I'll fall back asleep like maybe 6, 7 in the morning, and my alarm will go off at 9 o'clock, and I'll snooze the hell out of it because I'm so tired from not sleeping the night before. So sometimes I'll just roll out of bed and run downstairs, not even grab anything to eat, do the show. And from there, I'll either get into packing, shipping, listing, all that stuff. And I'm halfway through a day, got all these pills in my system, and I still haven't eaten. So that's another issue that I have.
Veronica says, have a sweet, fabulous day, everyone. Need to get some work done. Just keep listening. See you later, Veronica.
Good day too, Veronica. Thanks for stopping in.
Well, Veronica's out and Amy's in. What's up, Amy? Good morning.
Mars Dizzle.
Kelly said, that reminds me, I take my blood pressure medicine. I guess that's blood pressure. I was such a bad nurse, never remember to take my own prescriptions.
Yeah, my wife does it too, and she's in nursing. So, like, I have to, like, whoop her butt when she's not taking her meds. That's the funny thing is, like, I'll get on her for not doing something or not taking care of herself, but, like, I'm the worst. Like, my mom yells at me all the time because I don't take good care of myself at all. So I put everything else ahead of myself. You know what I mean? Like, I put my wife ahead of myself. I put the business ahead of myself. I put random people ahead of myself. You know what I mean? I've always been that way. If somebody needs something, I'm there regardless of my capabilities of doing whatever. I just throw myself into these things.
We are lean, mean reselling machine. We got to oil ourselves and make sure we're maintenance correctly. If not, then next you know, one of our arms ain't working or whatever the case is.
Yeah, for sure.
I know, like with yesterday, like with me at work, like I got hurt. Not like hurt, but I got like top layer of skin like ripped off like my leg.
That sucks.
I thought it was like literally bleeding through my pants or whatever. So I went to go pull back, and obviously it just was just the skin. It wasn't bleeding, but it was very sensitive because it's basically the white meat was showing. So I just go get the get some gauze and I wrap it around. And my coworker's like, "You're not going to the hospital?" I'm like, "Hospital? I ain't going to freaking hospital." I said, "I'm fine." He goes, "Man, I'd go get that looked at." So I put a little bit of that disinfectant stuff, that spray that foams it up and hurts.
Yeah.
I was like, I screamed for a second. I'm back to work. So
that's you're like hospital. That reminds me of Jim Moore, like play or practice.
Playoffs.
Oh yeah, playoffs.
Playoffs.
Allen Iverson was the practice one.
Yeah.
Or was playoffs? You're talking about playoffs? We can't even.
Yeah, Jim Moore from when he was at the Colts. I think it was the Colts or the Seahawks. He goes,
the Colts. Yeah.
You want to talk about playoffs?
Yeah, it was awesome. It's still like a viral video.
We might have to me and you might just have to have like a due day, like not have like a reselling thing and just kind of like
chill.
yeah, like we might have to do like while football season's going on. Even though the Steelers ain't playing, we'll have to get together and watch football and just kind of
still playoffs going on.
yeah,
Playoffs.
right. Playoffs.
Get together and watch the playoffs.
Playoffs. Yeah, we'll have to do that, man. Like I'll come over and fix your PC up, and I'll get you rolling, get your PCs working good, and then this way you can do your videos, and we could just kind of hang and.
That'd be great, dude, because my computers are like poop status right now.
Yeah, like we don't have to go out and source or anything. We can actually go look at some wholesale stuff, and I can show you some stuff on. Just keep. I can bring my laptop, and we'll do some some homework on our wholesale and stuff. So
for sure,
we could do something like that. So this way, we would be very in the game for that, and be because this is the one thing I like about working with different people and different minds, and everyone doesn't think the same. So and another person's opinion, it could be good or bad, but it's another opinion that you also have to consider because not everyone thinks the same. So like I'll ask my wife about some things sometimes, and I'll ask Anthony about some things sometimes, and here we ask about the chat stuff all the times because everyone here has a little bit different opinion or does something a different way. So it's great to bounce things off of different people because there's no perfect answer or rhyme or reason to anything that you should do. You just want to make sure that your mind's thinking correctly with everyone else for the most part.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I definitely agree with In It to Flip It here. As far as what you're saying about taking care of yourself first, I need to get to that point, and I'm working on it. That's like the one thing I told my wife that I'll work on in the new year is that. But yeah, as far as what Larry's saying there, dude day, definitely need to roll through on the dude day. And don't worry about the Steelers. Me and Nate will eventually win you over to the dark side.
Right. Yeah, we gotta do that, man. Like, we gotta enjoy things too, and that's one thing I don't do. I mean, I enjoy what I do, especially on here on YouTube, but like, I don't have too many days where I just like put my feet up and just like,
yep,
I'm doing nothing. Like Seinfeld, like when they said they were doing their show or whatever, like, and they did that pilot show. This show is about nothing. Like, I want to do nothing. Because I never not do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm always
the average reseller never does nothing for the most part. Unless you're like a lazy underachieving reseller, you never do nothing for the most part. If you're trying to be full time or you're or whatnot, you're never going to be doing nothing. Or if you're relying on this full time and you have bills rolling in, you can't do nothing because you basically get paid for the effort you put forth. So that's just my 2 cents on that. But yeah, I think it's a good thing to have certain days where you literally do nothing. Like typically for me, that's Sunday. Sunday is a day where, obviously there's church. I try to do that. I try to hang out with my wife. I try to watch football and I try to relax. Sometimes Sunday nights I'll come downstairs and I'll put in a little work just because Mondays can get overwhelming. But for the most part, I try to just take Sundays to chill and recharge.
Amy says, "Old school picker and never the Steelers." That's fighting words, Amy. We'll have to win everyone over the Steelers.
Yeah, you guys are so much cooler if you love the Steelers.
There's a reason why the Steelers are Steeler Nation because we are the nation.
Yeah, and we travel well too.
Right. But I think we're gonna start to wind it down a little bit. I got a lot going on today, and I'm hungry. Right now, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go eat something, and then I'm gonna go get my GoPro, and I think I'm gonna put a video together. So
you guys are all hurting my heart right now. I'll never be a Steelers fan. I can't stand the Steelers. I feel like a little piece of me died. I love my Steelers.
Listen, Jordan, like I know the Browns got a lot of tickets next
I'm
year.
a little bit of an itch, guys.
You guys, you guys, you guys can get us some Steeler tickets. I'll pay for them, and you can watch a real team play like the Steelers.
Heck yeah. Green Bay all the way. Tom, you don't even like sports.
Yeah, you're just
Green Bay. I'm still mad at them for beating us in the Super Bowl last time we went.
yeah, me too.
And then they
It's
walked
not on you.
with a world title belt.
Yeah, if he didn't win the Super Bowl and did the,
See,
I probably like
shout
Aaron
out to
Rodgers.
Kelly. She says I like the Steelers unless they're playing my Texans. See, that's the way I am too. Because there are certain teams that I like, but if they're playing the Steelers, that I want them to get crushed.
Yeah, that's basically how I am. There's a lot of teams I like watching, and there's very few I'd say I would hate unless it's like a bitter rival, like I guess the Browns and the Ravens and
Yeah.
Cincinnati. I guess whenever they're good, when they're not good, it's like
Mac's a Bengals fan. There's a lot of random Bengal fans out there that aren't
Mac.
Cincinnati peeps. Like, for example, like Derek, NASCAR man's a Bengals fan. It's like, dude, you're in Rhode Island. I thought you'd be a New England fan. He hates New England, but he loves the Bengals.
See, Jordan says the only team I watch is the Buckeyes. That is, I could care less about the Browns. Okay, well, at least I say that's one of the college teams I do like. I like Ohio State, so we might have to go to an Ohio State game, man. I think you're off on weekends, right? So we might have to venture out to the.
Oh, that's right. Dee's in Kentucky, so the Bengals would be the closest to her.
I thought maybe the Bengals was one of the people's teams because, like the '80s, the Bengals were actually pretty good. Like they went to the Super Bowl once or twice, I think, or something. So
they never won it.
yeah. You guys had Chris Collinsworth as a receiver for crying out loud.
That dude's a major Steeler hater too. I hate Collinsworth.
Yeah. Yeah, he says at least it's not the Patriots. Yeah, you're definitely right there. But
who's your number one team, Bad Dog? You said the Steelers have been your backup team. That's awesome. Yeah, Steelers have been like my primary team since birth, pretty much. We get swaddled in terrible towels here in Pittsburgh.
We do, especially in the playoffs. If you have a baby during that time, getting swaddled.
Yep.
That's the greatest way to come out of the womb, straight into the terrible towel.
Yep. Absolutely.
Feel the warmth of Steeler Nation to calm your nerves and to make you feel all good. Bad Dog says he's a Texans fan too.
Yeah.
Cool. So we got a lot of Bengals, Texans, and
Packers.
Packers, because Tommy likes the Packers. We have a lot of people liking the same teams around in the chat right now. So
yeah,
it's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, the Texans, man, they're looking good in the playoffs.
Yeah, because they're still alive. They're still alive in the playoffs.
Yeah,
they almost they had a little bit of a. They have a little bit of a scare last week. I thought they were going to lose, but they ended up, coming out of it. So I have to. That's a good thing you remind me. I'm to put in my DraftKings teams a little early. Make sure I get those high dollar games. So if I hit the jackpot in the top 5 places or whatever, I can call my boss and tell him to go shove it.
Yeah, for sure.
Actually, I would probably go to work. Then throw my keys at him and then tell him to shove it, because that would just be way more better. Yeah. Look how awesome that towel is right there. Pink.
Yep. This is a breast cancer towel. This was a giveaway at one of the games.
That gets extra kudos.
Yep. See, the Steelers care about boobies.
Roger Walker says, "Live as my life in Houston, Texans fan. Make me Google easy way to sell jerseys outside the stadiums after a loss. They burn them and then have remorse." They're like, "No, why did I do that?" Hey, Len, good morning. Fat Girl Sang says, "It's all about the Broncos where I live." See, Broncos had some good years. They definitely won some Super Bowls.
For sure.
They should have won one with Peyton.
Yeah. Well, they did win one with Peyton.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, that is right. Okay, they did one. Okay, so Peyton and Elway both brought brought one to town.
Yeah. Hey, Lynn.
Good.
Leanie in the house. What is up?
Luckily, they got Terrell Davis helped John Elway save his legacy out that way.
Yeah.
If he'd have been like a Jim Kelly of an organization, basically, if he didn't win one with them.
Yeah. Shane's a big Vikings fan. You know what? I've always been like my second team in the NFL has always been the Vikings. Just because like I don't know, I grew up like in the era with like Randy Moss, and then right after that there was an era with Adrian Peterson. So like Vikings have always been like my second favorite football team. You know, I still like him today, even though there's not really like that one like star player that like is awesome. But I've always just liked the Vikings for some reason. Nowhere near as much as the Steelers, obviously, but
yeah, I think old school picker. I think we can definitely put that as a 2 thumbs up right there.
absolutely.
We're all very, very pleased here that Tom Brady is now possibly even watching us on YouTube right now because he's not playing. He might not even be back next year. Well, he probably will be, but someone tried to say at work like, "Oh, I heard the Steelers are going to sign Tom Brady." I'm like, no.
Can you imagine how much money you could raise for charity if you had like Tom Brady or Bill Belichick? You know, kind of like a dunk tank scenario, and you run up and kick them in the nuts.
Right?
That would be like, dude, I would pay infinite amount of money to be able to do that.
I got 5 on it.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like Minnesota, they beat New Orleans. That was a shocker. I couldn't believe New Orleans lost. I thought this was possibly
that is the greatest idea I've ever seen in my life. She's talking about custom terrible towels, like Picksburgh towels. That would be freaking awesome. I need to like have those made ASAP. That's a really good idea.
I'm pretty sure you might know a guy.
Yeah, I do. I actually know several people because D could probably make them too.
Oh, that is true. Oh, Tommy says that even when we did Tommy's Disney shirt, okay, that was the Disney shirts. I read that wrong. I thought you meant your Pittsburgh shirts.
That's awesome. Yeah, that would be friggin' fantastic if I could get some like terrible towels made, like promoting my channel. That'd be freaking great.
I think it's crazy that Tannehill, he got ran out of the Dolphins. Then he goes to Titans, takes out Mariota as the starting quarterback, and now they're in the second round of the playoffs playing. I think they're playing the Ravens. I think this week. So that's pretty awesome because Derrick Henry is a beast.
Yeah,
I'm glad I picked him last week because he brought me some money.
Just out of curiosity, if I were to have these Picksburgh terrible towels made, how many people would be interested in getting one? You can just put a 1 in the chat if you would, a 2 in the chat if you wouldn't. Dude, that would be awesome too. Picksburgh wrestling mask. So yeah, there's people that would be interested in getting them. All right, yeah, we're gonna make them then. Reseller man would wipe his rear end with it. That's funny. Even if it would be like for me and not the Steelers, he's like, yeah, I'll wipe my butt with the part that has your face on it. That's awesome. He's like, screw you, Picksburgh. I'm just kidding, man. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna work on getting some of those made. D, that was the best idea. Well, okay, and Amy wants a Flippin' Hope shirt. Tommy, have you put Flipping Hope shirts yet on your Etsy store? because I know I have links down below for like a lot of the stuff Tommy has for me on Etsy. But okay, so I'm cool, just not my team. Okay.
You're cool. You're cool. That's right, Dan Marino. He went to college at Pitt.
Yep. Danny boy.
He's one of the Tony Dorsett. He went to the Cowboys and played. He was one of their great running backs. And Darrelle Revis, Larry Fitzgerald. I think there's somebody else too.
Amy, we can get you a Flippin' Hope shirt. I know Tommy's already made one for Kelly Hip Flippin' Mama. So we should be able to hook you up. Tommy, if you have put it on Etsy, if you could send me the link, and I'll start putting that in my videos too, in my description. Okay, cool. He's going to put it up on Etsy today. But if you email or message him, Amy, he can hook you up. His email is thebargaineffect@gmail.com, or you can just look him up on YouTube, or not YouTube, Facebook, if you have him there. Thomas Niklansky, or however you say it. Yeah, Pitt did used to be a powerhouse.
They were with the Ohio States of the world at one point.
Yep.
And then they kind of just went downhill a little bit.
Eric's like, that'd make a good cloth diaper.
Hey, if you wash it all the time, you can save money by not having to buy diapers.
Absolutely.
You know, as resellers like to save money, right?
Yeah, definitely. Faux shizzle.
Make sure don't put the baby's butt right on Anthony's face if his face is on the towel. That's all.
Yep.
All right, everyone, we're gonna shut it down. My wife brought me some pancakes. Love my wife. Thank you for making pancakes, but I also love you guys too, because without y'all, we wouldn't be here, and we appreciate all your support. And we will be on Anthony's channel tomorrow, and we will be having Bluegrass Picker in the house. Anthony.
Yep. 2 times the Anthony tomorrow.
Anthony 2 times.
Yep.
We'll have 2 Anthony's on tomorrow, and yeah, we're gonna have our wholesale thing today. So me and Anthony's gonna be busy. So I'm also probably gonna put out a video of my day, so you can be in the shoes of the beard.
Yep.
I might put you guys in the beard.
Ooh.
Hidden beard camera. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Get that money, and don't forget.
And I'll have a